Hello, hello, hello. It is day 15. We're halfway through the month. Without any ado, let's get our class going with the Herb Crafter Tarot. And we got a card we already had before, so I'm going to pick a different one. The Wheel of Fortune, Kitchen Garden. Wow, this is a beautiful card. A little bit of everything. The Wheel of Fortune is up and down, up and down. What part of the cycle are we on right now, personally and collectively? And is it the same? Kitchen garden. Put your faith in the turning of the wheel. Stay centered in the midst of change. Find the medicine unique to every season. A circle of white stones frames a fragrant white-shaped garden, wheel-shaped garden, honoring the 8 holy days of the year. An herbal plant planted for each section provides a valuable remedy in the corresponding season. Bay is planted for Yule, parsley for Candlemas, violet for Astara, Easter, chives for Beltane, lemon verbena for the summer solstice, basil for Lammas, sage for the equinox, and onion for Hallows. At the center of the garden is a compass rose. The promise of the garden is change. Events may unfold that redirect your path. Some things may feel beyond your control. Find the large patterns in the chaos. The holy days mark the revolving cycles of nature. They may bring disruption, but they are always reliable and forward motion. When your soul compass spins, find stillness in experiences that easily allow you to be yourself. Trust life to come into being as the plants always do. There is transformation in each turn of the wheel. What emerges from this development will point to your true north. Celebrate the holy days by creating a living altar. Add nature elements as each season unfolds. When you need to stay grounded, hold a small round stone in the palms of your hand and breathe. Build a reliable seasonal apothecary. Start with learning the herbs in the kitchen garden. Beautiful. We're learning the kitchen garden right now as we read these cards. Right, let us start. I'm going to take a little sip of water first. Let us come to standing to start. Let's do something different today. Coming into what we call Samasthiti or Tadasana, our standing mountain pose. So we're going to come in and maybe set our intention for our practice. So bringing forth your intention for your practice. And breathing up on the inhale and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, stepping back into a high push-up. Lowering all the way to the ground, coming into your version of cobra. And then seat to heels, seat to sky, coming into down dog. Reach your right leg in the air. Bring the foot through. Step the back foot up. Forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale into Tadasana. Once again, call forth your intention as you breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, stepping back into high push-up. You can drop into knees, chest, and chin if it works for you. Coming into your version of cobra. Coming into your version of cobra. And then into down dog. Lift the left leg in the air. Bring the knee to the nose. Step the foot up. And the back foot follows. Forward fold. Inhale, coming up to standing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step the right foot back and the left foot come into down dog. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, drop the knees. Lower down, knees, chest, and chin as you come into your version of cobra and then into child's pose. Taking a few breaths in your child's pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. Come onto all fours. Drop the belly down, look up. Exhale, round. Going a couple of times with your breath at your pace. Finding your flow as you arch and round the back. Closing the eyes, letting the body do the movement. Without really even just thinking about it, just let the body move how it feels organic. And then just hinge side to side. Just kind of hinge to the right and hinge to the left. Just kind of swaying. And then make those sways into hip circles, circling around in one direction. Letting those circles be big or small, almost like you're sitting in a peanut butter jar. You're kind of using your hips and your body to swipe the jar clean. And then taking those circles in the other direction, or almond butter, or whatever kind of butter you eat, sunflower butter. Coming back into center. Coming into down dog. Reach the right leg in the air, bring the knee into the nose, step the foot up, and then let the left foot follow. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, your hands to heart center. Inhale, coming into chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step it back into high push-up. Lowering all the way down or coming into chaturanga. Low push-up. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, step the right foot up, coming into warrior one. Arms sweep overhead. Exhale, hands to the ground. Chaturanga or all the way down. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot steps up. Warrior one, making sure you're breathing. Exhale, hands to ground, chaturanga, or just step it back into down dog. Good, look between your hands, step your feet up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's come back into Utkatasana. And then exhale, Uttanasana, standing up, or excuse me, Tadasana. Hands to hips, step your feet apart or jump them apart. Inhale, forward fold. Excuse me, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, fold, taking a hold of your big toes with the first two fingers and thumb. Looking up on the breath in and folding on the breath out. A few more breaths. Good, releasing the feet, hands to hips. Inhale, standing up. Exhaling, stepping your feet together. Inhale, step your right foot back. Turn your left foot in. Hands to your hips. Inhale, look back. Exhale, finding a forward fold. Straddle fold. Inhaling, looking up. Exhale your hands to hips. Inhale, stand it up. If you have a block, grab a hold of your block. We're going to do triangle pose. So we're going to turn our right foot out. Take a hold of your block. Put it to the outside of your right leg. If you like the way I get into triangle, you can stick your butt out, bend your leg, and then as you straighten the leg, you're going to straighten out your back and come into the pose. Finding the breath. Inhale, coming up, turn the right foot in, the left foot out. Take the block to the outside of the left foot, and you can stick your butt out, and then as you straighten your leg, you can straighten out into the pose. Finding the breath. Go ahead and take the weight into the left foot. You can bring your block forward, finding your half moon pose. You need to flatten your block down or maybe even put it higher, you can. If you place your hand on your hip, it helps you balance. Good, one more breath. And then turn your hips towards the ground. Step that foot down, come into a squat. Holding in your squat for a few breaths while I let my dog out. You can play with crow if you want to play with crow. Or if you just want to come staying in your squat, you can do that. Finding the breath. However you're making this yours, be it through a squat or through Bakasana, crow, or some variation. Good. On the next breath, forward fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, place the palms underneath your feet for Padahastasana, forward fold. Breathing in and breathing out. Inhaling, looking up, releasing your feet. Taking that block in front of the right foot. Just bringing that left leg back. That block can be slightly to the outside of the left foot. As you find your half moon pose, engaging your back leg, your back foot. Trying to make your spine long as you breathe. Then exhaling, turning your hips forward, stepping that left foot down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. And inhale, look up, stepping back into a high push-up. Holding in your high push-up, or if you want an easier practice, you can drop to your knees. Just hold here for a few breaths as you engage your core. If you're in a high plank, you can lower to half push-up or chaturanga. If you're on all fours, you can drop knees, chest, and chin. And let's come into a yin version. I know we're kind of mixing it up here of our cobra, which we call seal. Letting our feet sway out. Just holding here for a few breaths. This is kind of a mini yin. So you can be on your forearms, or you can be up higher, whatever works for you. Just really getting into the lower back, the connective tissue as much as we can. We did a little yang, so we did activate our muscles. It might be slightly harder to get into the tendons and ligaments, but I'm sure that we're doing it pretty well right now as we're holding this for a bit. You can let your head go, giving your upper back a stretch. Maybe turn your chin towards one shoulder, and then angle it down and around to the other. And lowering down. And let's slide the right arm underneath the left side, and then take your left hand behind you, coming into a nice shoulder stretch for about a minute. Oh, this feels so good in my body. And coming up, and we're gonna take that left arm through. I don't know if you can see how I'm doing this. It's gonna bring my mat back a little bit. Hopefully you can hear me too. And we're just gonna slide it through, and then take our right arm behind us. And just coming into this version, this side. I think I'm tongue-tied these days because Mercury's retrograde. I feel like I'm having a hard time talking. And just holding for a few more of your breaths. And carefully releasing, just pushing the right hand on the floor to release the left hand. We're just going to bend our legs and just sway your legs side to side as you turn your head to one side. Palms are up towards the ceiling. Kind of letting those legs go one way and then the other. Kind of rocking the back. And with care, turn to the other side. Bring your head to the other side. Just allow those legs to sway. And then just kind of clap your hands with your feet. Just kind of pushing into one arch, the top of the foot, and then the other. to waken those feet up. And then turn your chin to center. See if you can reach back and take a hold of your feet. If you need your strap, you can bring it around your feet to help you as you come up into your bow pose. I'm going to hold here for a couple of breaths. I like to flex my feet and take a hold of my shins. That works for you. Just one more breath. Feel my lunch. It's been hours. And then let it go. And then we're going to just come up onto our shins. And then swing our legs around. Finding Baddha Konasana, or bound angle. And very gently folding forward in this pose, just kind of awakening our inner thighs. Just holding here for a few breaths. And coming up. And I think what we're going to do is go into a restorative pose for our Shavasana. So we're going to do a nice kind of a restorative closure. So I'm going to turn my mat this way so you can see. What you can do is if you have a couple of throw pillows, if you want to go grab those, you can, or if you have blocks, that's great, that's even better, or at least as good. Supta Baddha Konasana is such a beautiful pose, and I cannot think of anyone who doesn't like this when you use the props. Sometimes it's difficult if you don't have the props. So we're going to take the pillow, and this part of the pillow, this bottom part, is going to just go as such. And then we're going to do it with the other pillow. And we're going to lie back and just relax into it. Holding here for a couple of minutes. If you need to adjust the pillows, go ahead. I like to place my hands on my lower belly, but you can place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly, or you can keep your palms up in a receptive mode. Whatever works for you and your body. You find your breath. Just notice the sounds around you, the sensations in your body, temperature, area that feels good, or maybe there's an area that feels a little tweaky. Just kind of take it in and notice. carefully bring your legs towards each other. Maybe just release into a regular Shavasana for a few breaths. You're ready, carefully bringing your legs in towards you. Coming up to seated. Or of course, you can stay in your Shavasana as we close. Drawing our hands to heart center, we give homage for each other, the practice. And we close with a namaste. Namaste. Thank you for coming and being here for day 15. And we'll see you tomorrow.